Hello, this is Inaba from Platinum Games. I'm the producer of Anarchy Reigns. This game is essentially a fighting game, but this is also a multiplayer online fighting game, so instead of facing your enemy one-on-one, you'll be engaging with many other opponents at the same time. There are a lot of multiplayer shooting games around, but we wanted to do something different. Instead of hiding behind cover and shooting each other from a distance, we wanted to do something more crazy. In this game, everything happens so fast and everything happens in a very small, confined area, and everything happens at the same time, so it's very frenzied and crazy and exciting and fun. The game is set in a post-apocalyptic world and is also set in a futuristic world, and everything happens in this deserted city. We showed a couple of areas in the demo today, and one of them was the remains of a town. But since it's futuristic, and because it's a fantasy world, it looks slightly different from the city and streets that we know. It's a different civilization. And that's just one of the many types of environment in the game. We have a lot of variety, so everywhere you go and every stage you pick, it'll change the game style and the gaming experience. As Anarchy Reigns is a multiplayer game, the risk is that if you're relatively new to this kind of game, you'll stand no chance against more experienced gamers, and we didn't want them to feel frustrated being beaten every time you go online. So we wanted to offer something that would level out the difference in the background and skill of all the players. ATE does just that. Sometimes you'll see a giant tsunami or a big blade that will move around the area, and it basically cuts and slices everything on the field. It drastically changes the situation, and even if you're a more experienced player, you can't let your guard down because that can change a lot in just a matter of seconds. This functions as a kind of equalizer between players from different backgrounds, and it also makes the game more exciting and more fun. Essentially, we've designed this as a fun multiplayer experience, but we also have a dedicated single-player story mode. It's a lot different from a lot of multiplayer modes. As you saw in the presentation earlier, the multiplayer modes are quite fun, very colourful, very hectic. There's so much going on the screen at the same time. And compared to the multiplayer, the single-player mode is a bit heavier and a little more serious. You'll be progressing through the story, and you can enjoy the story as well as the gameplay. We also have co-op moments where, instead of fighting against your friends, you'll be cooperating and helping each other. So all in all, Anarchy Reigns has quite a good variety of gameplay modes and a variety of experiences. As you pointed out, we've been creating a lot of single-player games so far, but it's not like we've never wanted to create multiplayer games. Rather, our strengths have always been creating third-person action games, and it just happened to be that third-person action goes well with single-player games. So that is mainly the reason why almost all the games we've created so far have been single-player. But we were always interested in multiplayer online games, and this project started as an online game, and we started thinking about what we can do that is different and hasn't been offered before, and also something that we can use our strengths as game developers, and the project started to shape this multiplayer brawler online game. Anarchy Reigns will be available on the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 in autumn 2011.